Hi, Lazar.
How are you? How's the baby doing?
Good.
Good. Is Yaakov Goldfinger home? I keep calling him and doesn't answer. Is he? He's home. The Goldfinger's
They're
home.
going to Toronto for the wedding.
Whose wedding is it?
Rabbi Korupkin's son.
Oh, good, wonderful. When is the wedding?
I think in a week.
Oh, so they're going to. So they left already, or they're still here?
I think they may have left.
Oh, that's why he doesn't answer. Okay. Oh, wonderful.
Okay, we're on Chaf Beis Amud Gimel. We said that a cotton who writes a get, if the gadol is standing and supervising, it's kosher. Rashi explains to Ksavar Rav Huna Masnis and Rabbi Eliezer he the Bo'ina Ksiva Lishma. According to Rabbi Eliezer, who says 80 Mesira Karti, the Ksiv has to be written Lishma. The Sefer the Gomer Shein Kiyum Aget Ela B'Choisma, that means Haide Ein Mesira. The Rav Gittin Im Serb Fnei HaChoismin. Most Adim who observe the get are the same Adim that signed it. Are you going to say that as if a goy who writes a get and is supervised, will that work? Maybe you'll say yes. V'hatanya goy pasul. It says a goy cannot write a get. So the Gemara says even if with an adult, goy with an adult goy ladaited enough she'afid. With a child, he will be machniya his das to the adult, but an adult goy will write the get according to his own thoughts. But Hadar Rav Nachman retracted what he said. Lav milsihi da amri. Really, a goy writes a get and an adult supervises, and it's okay, even if the Yisrael is not there. The Amri Mikapasale Lagoy Le'inavah. Later, Mishnah is going to say that a goy cannot be a shaliach. Michlal Delin Ksiva kosher. Writing it would be okay. I vatanya goy pasul. Like Rabbi Eliezer he. Domer Edim Mesira Kartu being Ksiva Lishma. According to Rabbi Eliezer, that you need that. What counts for the get is Edim seeing the get being given to the woman. You don't need the Ksiva Lishma. According to Rabbi Meir, who says Eidei Chasima Karti, you don't need Lishma, as long as the Edim sign Lishma. According to the Baraisa that says Goy Pasol is according to Rabbi Eliezer, that says you need Ksiva Lishma. And a Goy, you cannot write it Lishma. Rabbi Meir, who holds Eidei Chasime Karti, where the get does not have to be written Lishma. Therefore, afilu mitzvah ba'ashpa. You found a get in a garbage and it has the same names. So chasmo nesanullah, if the edim sign it at kosher, if they write it lishma, if they sign it lishma. Esrei Rav Lav Nachman because of law lishma. My love ksivas a get. It's not just chasima, it's the writing of the get. Lo chasima seidim like Rav Meir. Esrei Rava kol get shenichtav shalol shumisha posel. A get that's not written for a specific woman is posel. So how can you say it's only that the edim when they sign it that it has to be lishma? Ema shenachtam shalol shumisha posel, but the writing could be shalol lishma. Esrei kishu koisvay ki'ilu koisvay lishma. My love kishu koisvay l'tarif lishma. That means as long as he writes the ikr, the name of the woman, the name of the husband, the date, the place. As long as he writes that lishma, kilo kos v'latofis lishma, as if he write the boilerplate lishma. And here it seems that it's not just the chasima. So the Gemara says, no, lo, kishu choitzma lishma. He look choitzma lishma. If you sign it lishma, it's as if you write it lishma. V'boy sema, that these other barises that you just quoted, talking about lishma, he must see some Rabbi Yasri, the Amr, Mr. Karti, where you need the get to be written lishma. Rav Yehuda Bar Shmuel has a different pshat in our Mishnah, that if a cheresh shoyt of a cotton writes the get, he's writing the get, but he's leaving the toifus, he's leaving the toiref blank. So when the adult writes that lishma, that's all you need. Rabbi Lazar, who holds that you need to write the get lishma. But Rav Zrika Am Rav Yochanan ain't a Torah. He doesn't agree with this. Ma ain't a Torah. Am Rav Amma, Kanu Diach Hashem Koach Lishma. You don't need the get to be written Lishma. Rav Meir he. Domer Ema Chasima Karti. As long as the Eidim sign Lishma, that's enough. I Vam Rav Chanan Rav Yochanan Rav Lazar he. So I'm a roinin if I leave Rav Yochanan. So it's Machlokes Amoraim how to learn these barises, whether you learn it according to Rav Lazar, whether you learn it according to Rav Meir. Mishnah. Halach is if a cotton or a goy writes it and leaves the Torah of blank, that's okay. As long as the Gadol Yisrael fills that out. Mishnah. Hakol ksherin lahaviyas again. Everybody could serve as a shaliach to bring the get. Chutz mecheres shoyt of a cotton, again, because they cannot be a shaliach because they're not bardas. And the suma, a blind person. The goy. Kibla cotton v'higdil. When the cotton was made the shaliach, he was a cotton. By the time he delivers it, he's an adult. Cheresh v'nispakeach. He was a deaf mute and he got healed. Suma v'nispakeach. He was blind and he got sight. Shoyte v'nishtapa. He was meshigan and became normal. Goy v'niskayer. Puzzle. Because you got to be kosher from the beginning of the shlichus to the end of the shlichus. Aval pikeach v'nischarish v'chaz v'nispakeach. He was normal. He became a deaf mute, and then he became normal again. So when he was made the shaliach and when he delivered it, he was normal. Pasuach v'nistabeh v'chaz v'nispakeach. He was able to see, became blind in the middle, but then at the end he was able to see. Shapui v'nishtata v'chaz v'nishtatfa. He was normal, became meshigan, and then normal. Kosher, zeh klal. Kosher chilas of the sofa b'das kosher. So bishma chershoy v'kot delav neidenu. They don't have das. They can't be a shaliach. Goy nami delav bar heteru. Goyim is not in the parsha of divorce. They don't have kiddush and they don't have gittin. Something that doesn't apply to them, they can't do shlichus either for somebody else. Elasuma milo. What's the deficiency of a blind person? You got to know who you're taking the get from and who you're giving it to. How is a blind person allowed to live with his wife? He doesn't recognize her. Every man, how can he have relations with his wife? It's at night. It's dark. He can't see her. He recognizes her voice. A suma could know who he's bringing the get from and who he's delivering it to based on his voice, based on her voice. The suma cannot say b'fonay nechtam, right? The boy lebem b'fonay nechtam lo matzi l'meimer. Armele abai lemeata pasuach. When he was in China, he could see. and then he on the way became blind, his stomach. The Motzi Omar, here you can say, in that case, you could say before the nechta, before the Hachanami, the kosher. V'aktani pasuch v'nistamim v'chazim v'atech kosher, that's chazav v'nispatech in. Loi chazav v'nispatech lo. Implying if he saw it and became blind, he would not be a shlichus. More says no. Adin daf agav loi chazav v'atech, he would be a kosher shaliach, because he was able to say before the nechta, before the nechta. I did the Tony Shafui v'nishtat v'chazim v'nishtat, because the Mishnah talked about somebody who was normal, got sick, and was normal time. That's why time of the chazv v'nishtat, haloi chazv v'nishtat v'lo. But Tananami pasuch v'nistamim chazv v'atech, but it's not. It doesn't have the same svara, because if it's chutzlart, he needs to say before nechtam. If he was able to see, then he can say it. On Ravashi Dekanami, it's correct. The Tani Zeh Klal, Shot Chilosav v'Sova b'das kosher. It talked about das. Lok Tani kosher Chilosav v'Sova kashrus kosher.
Yeah, but he doesn't know.
Person was blind. Person who could see when he was made the shaliach, but blind on the way, he can deliver the get.
Yeah, but he doesn't know who he's giving it to. Then why doesn't Moore say that? He doesn't know who he's giving it to.
No, but he regains.
He said he can tell by the sound of their voice. That's how blind people can sleep with their wives.
So that's how they.
Boyman and
That's-
Rabban.
Yeah. Okay.
Eved Marsh Yasser Shlich Lekabel Get Isha Miyad Baila. What about Eved Knani? Can the wife make him a shaliach Kabbalah to receive the get from her husband? Amar lo midikol pasel legoy michlal Eved kosher, and Eved Knani lechora would be kosher. Amar Vasim Rav Yochanan Eina Eved Nasa Shlich Lekabel Get Isha Miyad Baila. But Rav Yochanan says no, an Eved cannot. He also cannot marry a Jewish person until he converts. So he's not in the parsha. Maskil Rabbi Lazar, time of the Milsa de Lesse. So what are you going to tell me? The reason that he can't is because he doesn't participate in these mitzvahs. Habib Milsa de Isse kosher. What? But something that he's allowed to do, he would be kosher. Vagoy, vakusi. The isnu b'toras truma d'nafshayu. They can separate truma of their own disnat. Agoy vakusi that have property in Eretz Yisrael that grows produce. Shetarmu mishalayim trumaso truma. Utnan goy shetrom sh'Yisrael filu b'shus ain't trumaso truma. But a goy cannot serve a shaliach for a Jew's truma. My time, lav mishum d'chsiv gamatem ma'atem Yisrael afshluchachem Yisrael. So Amid Rav Yana lo ma'atem b'nei bris, they have to be circumcised. Afshluchachem b'nei bris. So an Eved Knani is circumcised. So that's why there might be enough kamina. The goy is not circumcised, but an Eved Knani that he has to have a circumcision. He's considered b'nei bris, so he could be considered bichlal shlichus. Or Rav Chia bar Abba Rav Yochanan, ein Eved nasa shlich lekabel get yisha miyad bayil. He can. L'fishena b'toras gittin v'kiddushin. V'afal b'isha shaninu. Harei ab shivcha uvladech ben choyrin. A man tries to free his shivcha knanis, and she's pregnant. And he says, I'm giving you both your freedom. Imhaisa ubra zachsalo. So if she was pregnant, she can be zoich on behalf of the fetus as a shaliach for the fetus. What does that mean? My imhaisa ubra zachsalo. Yasrash mo'ayram Rav Yochanan tartiyon. Nearing dvarm she'eved mekabel get lechaveru miyad rabba shel chaveru. An eved can receive a get shichrur for his friend from the master of his friend. Anything that's given to him or to his master belongs to his Rebbe. Avalomi had Rabbi Shalom, but can't take it from his master. And you want to compare it to the case of a shivcha that is being zoich on behalf of her Uber Emerlo, Shnei Gdolei Ador Pirshus Adover. Reb Zer, Reb Shmuel, Rav Yefs explained. Chad Omar, Hamani Rebbe Hida Omar, Hamishachar Chatzi Avdo. Somebody who frees a person's half of his body, so the Eved goes completely free. My time in Rebbe Bahag Savar, Uber Yerachimahu. Uber is not an independent entity. It's like part of the mother. It's like somebody was granted her limb. So therefore, it's the same thing, and she's granted the whole thing. Mishnah. Afa noshim she'ena ne'amonos loimer meis paila. Chazal came up with a kula in Yevamis that if one aide comes and says such and such woman's husband died in China, so we allow the woman to get married. But there were 4 women that we didn't believe because these women don't like this woman and they're trying to make her get married so that her husband shows up and she has to get divorced from both. They're trying to make trouble for her. So even though these women are not believed to give testimony about the death of her husband, ne'amonos lavias gita. We do believe them if they bring the get and they say b'fonei nechta, b'fonei nechta. Chamoisa, her mother-in-law, Bas Chamoisa, the daughter of her mother-in-law, Sarasa, a co-wife, V'yavimta, her sister-in-law, meaning the wife of his brother, of her husband's brother. Now, why is there be a difference? Ma ben get lemisa. Shaksav mochiach. Here you have a get. And the get talks about the facts. But when she has to say, oh, such and such died, we don't believe her. There's nothing supporting that. Ha'isha atzma v'yasgita, the wife herself can bring the get. Like all other shlichim, she has to say the same formula. There's another brisa that says that these 4 women are not believed for the get. In Eretz Yisrael, we don't need somebody to say b'fonei nechta. We rely on the get. So mehemna, so she can bring the get. But b'chutz la'aretz, we're relying on her words. Lo mehemna, we don't believe her when she says b'fonei nechta, because she could be saying a dvar sheker. Amalei Abaya adirab. I see just the opposite. Ipcha nistam. Ba'aretz, in Eretz Yisrael, where you don't have to say b'fonei nechta, the osi bal ma'arer, if a husband shows up and says it's a counterfeit mishkachinan bey, we listen to the husband. So there we could say she's trying to ruin her by making her get divorced, lo me'emna. But chuslar, it's the osi bal ma'arer lo mishkachinan bey. Once the shaliach says b'fonei nechta, we don't believe the husband. So if they brought a get and they freed her, they're doing her a toiva. They're not going to lie to do her a toiva. So there we believe them. Mehemna, tani kavasi dabaya. Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar oimer mishum avakiva. Isha nemenes lavi gita mikal v'choimer. Uma nashim shom chachamim en nemenes loimer meis baila. The 4 women that the Chachamim say, we don't believe her when she gives testimony about the death of her husband, yet, ne'emanos lavigito, we believe them to bring the get. He, her, shenemenes loimer meis baila, eno din shenemenes lavigito. And then the Gemara will continue learning. So tomorrow, we can learn at 5:00.
Okay,
We'll learn at 5 o'clock.
Skoye, honey.
Okay.